What is going on, everyone? My name is Northy, and last week we asked the question and we have been given the answer. But the answer is a little confusing, so it will need a bit of explanation, but the gist of it is we're a back-to-back winner, baby. We've done back-to-back weeks. However, in some different areas, and we will explore that more as we get into the gather round review for the Teamcoach season. And fair to say, it's been a pretty good start. So round 4 doing big numbers for us, but I will very quickly mention, if you enjoy the content you see here today, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, become a member if you feel like it as well. Everything is very, very much appreciated, and the growth and support as of recent has been incredible. So I really do appreciate it. It does not go unnoticed, so thank you, and thank you. But let's stop waffling. Let's get into the round 4 review. So as you can see on the screen, we have won a prize card. Round 4, Star Powers. My first Star Powers win of the year. But it's weird because I don't really know if I'm actually supposed to be a winner, but I'm going to take it. I think this is them making up for the fact I didn't get one for one of the rounds last week. So this is my prize card week again. Round 4 Star Powers. Very, very happy indeed. We are going to go ahead and press choose later though, because I want to get through everything else. So we're going to first off have a look at the tips, because I'm actually quite proud of the tips. I did pretty well. I thought I was actually perfect. I thought I was 9 for 9, and I was so damn close for 9 for 9. You can see here I tipped Richmond to get the upset over St Kilda, and they got out to a massive halftime lead. I'm like, oh my god, I have managed to tip it, and then they just let it all go. St Kilda worked their way back into the game and ended up picking that win off, so very, very good for St Kilda. Not so good for me. So, although 8 for 9 is very, very good, it definitely had a chance to be 9 of 9, and there's some choices here and there that I think ended up being very, very lucky, like this Geelong over Dogs choice, 4-point win, so a win's a win. Carlton over Freo was arguably a Freo win, if you ask some people, but Carlton ended up taking that one. The obvious ones being Brisbane and Sydney taking those ones, although this one's a little closer than expected. GWS took the game against Gold Coast in what I had originally said was going to be a bit of a test, and it ended up being a test. Gold Coast let themselves go within the last 10 minutes of the game, but that was legitimately a close game for basically 4 quarters. It was very, very exciting. So I was happy that I kind of got that right in the way that the game would turn out to go. But obviously the tip is what matters here, and we got that one correct. Collingwood damn near choked the game away. Oh my god, that would have been crazy. And like, if it wasn't for this, I would have been absolutely sick to my stomach if Hawthorn took this game away. That would have made it really, really tough. But round 4, 8 out of 9, I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to go over to top team though, because this is where we didn't win. So I did say I wanted to defend my top 4 rank, and we'll go into that in a sec. Harry Sheasel did pretty well, ended up being my best player, so great pick there, can't go wrong. Sarong, however, not so much. Oh my god, look, like his teammate had way more possession. You know exactly where that possession was going, and it was going right into Brayshaw's hands. Oh, this was a rough week, boys. This is a very, very rough week for the top teams, especially the midfields. That ruined me. Maxi Gawn was the best player up until Saints and Tigers played each other, and Marshall and the Nank both smashed it. Both 20-plus disposals. I think Rowan kicked a goal or 2. Lots of marks between them as well. They both had a great game and were involved all around. I had a feeling like if anyone was going to beat Max this week, it was going to be Rowan. Did not expect Toby, so that's a pleasant surprise, I think. So, although Max ended up not being the best for the week, I'll take a third. And I'd imagine a lot of people had him as well. And then the forwards as well, I think probably some predictable ones outside of Shea. As soon as I take out Shea, he has a great performance. 2 weeks in a row as well. Just, I can't win with him, but Heaney had himself a good performance too. Sydney overall were pretty flat and average, but I mean, you can't really get too mad at their performance if they're coming out with a win. So that left us with rank 77, so not very close at all, over 100 per player, which I guess is good, but definitely could have been improved with just one good midfield performance. Caleb Sarong, probably the big letdown of the week if I switched out to someone I'd use regularly, like Goulden. Dunkley I've used, he would have got me a prize card. Bont, I haven't been too sure with him, but of course he drops in a 150-point game, basically. Perfect. Zach Merritt has also become fairly reliable throughout the season. I do not know why I've even chucked him in my top 18. You can see he's not there. I don't know why I didn't put him in there, so there's questions to be asked and definitely some changes to be made. We'll see how it goes next week. I'm going to do a much better job in looking out for certain players and seeing who will be the best matchups for the teams are up against. So we'll see how it goes, but Sheasel, he's going to stay. I don't see a reason to take him out at this moment. He's continuing to play very well. So yeah, only the one really obvious non-change there. And at least we still have our number 1 ranking. I can at least say that. We'll take it. But we go to top 18 now, and this is where things get pretty disappointing. I think one of the most disappointing ones for the week, because I really thought this team would do me really, really well. The likes of Lukey Jackson were fine. Heaney and Grind Myers. Grind Myers is like my nice little sneaky pick. And so I'm very happy that I pick him up as often as I do. Grind, thank you very much. Jeremy Cameron would have actually been the better Geelong pick, but I can't complain too much when they're both basically 100 pointers. It's just Tommy Papley. Oh, 24? 24. Are we being serious, Tom? You are the second worst one after having a crazy good average all season. Alright, well that's the last time I picked Papley. I thought, he's up against West Coast, man. How are you not getting goals? I did not know what to make of that. That was a very, very strange performance from him. Kerno did okay, 91. Mackay probably was, it was a weaker one. No goals from Mackay, which is quite strange after his form this season. But Kerno, he ended up being a better Carlton player, and they're still both worth putting in there. They get involved with the ball a fair bit, so I'm not too stressed about that. My midfields were very surprisingly disappointing. You see, like, I'll get out of the way. There is absolutely no green in that front page. That is a big, big red flag. Our first one is Josh Dunkley and Nick Martin, both with 114, so at least they're both over 100 to give us some space. And then we got Tom Green with the surprising 88-point game, Sarong with the surprising 82-point game, and Neil, who I think was actually taken off. I did not see him go back onto the field at the 4th quarter. I think they took him out. So, like, I mean, it makes sense. He wasn't necessarily needed, but yeah, Neil was out. And I don't remember any injury or any hearings of an injury, but yeah, Lachie Neale had the 27 posies, 3 tackles and 1 mark, pretty much by halftime, or by 3/4 time. And so I thought, yeah, no, he's going to get 100 easy, and then just never played. So, I mean, that's just the unluckiness of some of it. We go over to the back line, though, and this is where things start to look a little better. Young was a good pickup. He got himself some midfield touches, too, so that was nice to see. Whitfield did well as well, so 3 out of 4. The top 4 was very nice. Nick Dacos trying to find some type of form this season. It's getting a bit difficult for him, but I'll take a 95 from him. Luke Ryan, who's been pretty good so far this season, only gave me the 85, and Stewart only gave me the 83, but nowhere near the worst performance. I think backline stood up very, very well this week, and I'm hoping that we can get something similar coming up next week. Yeah, it's just the biggest disappointment this week. Absolutely the midfield. Absolutely. With a weekend full of massive performances, to not get one of them is super saddening. Like Errol, we've chosen before. Merritt, we've chosen before. Bont, we've chosen before. I think we've even chose Rosé, and even he couldn't get us some points. We decided to skip out on him, which is just super upsetting, super disappointing. So we can only hope that this changes up next week. We had 90, ranked 90, and we're still ranked 12 at least. But I wanted to get at least 1800. 1800 would have given us a prize card. But yeah, unfortunately, just not the case this week. Very, very poor performance. We're going to have to hope for something better next week. Though, we are going to move on and go to our better way of the week. Better results. We've got the star powers. So you can see there's still some disappointing ones in here. You see Sarong, who definitely wasn't the best one. You can see Tagawi and Merritt had better games than him, but loads of 100 plus point scorers. To pick out an 80 is not very good. So yeah, disappointing for sure. Tom Stewart ended up being quite poor compared to the Whitfield and Young pick we had in top 18 as well. So that's another disappointing performance. Lukey Jackson, not necessarily disappointing. Jason Horne-Francis ended up being a very, very good player against the Bombers, but who didn't play well for Port Adelaide in that game. Lukey Jackson, I'm still confident with this pick for the most of the year. Maybe not next week though, because I've heard that Sean Darcy is coming back soon, which means his ruck time will be taken out, so there may need to be a change here. We go to Trailblazer though. I think outside of there's a fair few actually. Loads of Trailblazers did well. Cameron 116, Zorko 111, Gorn 109, Dusty back to his prime 115. Libba, though, ended up taking it this week. He had an absolute ball against the Cats. I've heard that he's quite good against the Cats and likes playing against them, so maybe have to take that into effect a few weeks from now. But we looked at the Mighty as well. Best one was Brayshaw by a long shot. Well, not by a long shot, actually. We had Bond. He had 149, so these two ended up topping the list. Loads of 100-plus point performers. So Dunkley, although he did have 114, it really could have been better. It really could have been. So I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board on this silver star powers because we've been struggling with silver. 188. Definitely our worst performance, but rank 10 for the season. Again, like there's some really, really good results here and there that keep us up, but I want to get inside that top 10 a bit further, and we need a better performance. So I'm gonna have to just pick them at the right time. Have to find the regulars. We'll see how it all goes. It's a top 10 mode, and there's often not much room for error. If one player has a bad game, it ruins your team. So you have to just pick good. You have to pick really well. So unfortunate for sure. Gonna have to come back next week, but this one ended up being our winner, and you'll be able to find some things here and there that kind of make sense. So we pulled Whitfield the other week. We got his double points, and he dropped 106. That's awesome. From being our worst with Harris Andrews to being our best with Lockie Whitfield, that is such a big change, and changed the way this week went tremendously. Although Next Generation wasn't like the greatest pick we've ever had, you can see he wasn't bad at all. Very, very nice indeed. But we look at the Trailblazer section, and again, top 3. Yeah, like these aren't bad picks, these silvers. Although they're not the best, we absolutely will take them with what we've got going on. Like you'll see Libba and all that we wish could have done better. But 100 plus points, you can't get mad at it. And then we go to our double points. John Newcomb managed to make the most of it. Basically 100 points double, so make that 200 for him as well. Between these two, 400, and between these two, pretty much 200. So we're on track. We've got basically 100 plus for each player. So 400 and 200 make 600. We're about at that point. So then Rosie's game has to be massive. And it absolutely was. Double points from Rosie, 133, makes it 266. So it's in the high 800s at this point. So then we go and look at our ladder, and we got ourselves rank 26. Now this confuses me at first, because I thought, what the hell? I didn't think that was possible. But yeah, it is top 20. It can be confirmed now from myself that top 20 is a legit thing still, but 26 doesn't make much sense. Unless I've misread something on the prize card system, I'm pretty sure that it's supposed to be a certain way, but yeah, you can see we have the ability to pick a Star Powers card now. It's just very, very strange. We look at the info here, is it like 25? No, top 20 scorers in the Ultra Star Powers win a prize card. So it's a bit strange for sure. I'm not sure what to think of it, but yeah, we just gotta move on, take the prize card. We're definitely not gonna be complaining, that's for sure. But Ultra has gone ahead and been the winner this week. So we've won our first Star Powers. Amazing. Can't go wrong there at all. Off to a great start this season, and we've earned a back-to-back. It's just about making it a 3-peat, and then things will be amazing. But I told you last week what my plan was if I did manage to get myself a Star Powers prize card, and I'm going to follow through with it. I'm getting myself a Harry Sheasel. There we go. You can see. Congratulations, your prize card is on the way. Please allow 60 days for postage. Very happy indeed. Very, very happy. We managed to get our Nick Dacos top team one, and we've got ourselves our Harry Sheasel Star Powers one. So things are off to an absolute blast this season. I'm interested to see how many we can win now, because I'm up to 2. I'm up to 2 of 36. I've got a long way to go, boys. I've got a very, very long way to go. Anyways, that is it for the video. I am looking back on this, and fingers crossed that the entire face cam wasn't blurry for the entire video. But if not, I apologize. I really do. I hate it when that stuff happens. My camera is just having a bit of a meltdown. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Everything is always very, very, very much appreciated. Become a member if you really enjoy the content, and thank you all so, so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.